Welcome everyone to our second SolidWorks tutorial where we're going to assemble our Machinist square. So I'm going to go ahead and go to New, and I'm going to double click this time on Assembly. Now it's going to bring up a dialog saying, hey, do you want anything? Now I usually select something, but say I accidentally don't, I'm just going to click cancel so I can show you how to get to that. I'm going to expand this. And then we have this begin assembly. If you have any open documents, they'll be open right here. But if you have everything closed, like I did, you can go to Browse, and you can then select the parts that you want. So I'm going to select my handle, and that brings it into my work environment, and I'm just going to click to place it. Now I'm going to go to Insert Components again. I'm going to click on my blade, and I'm going to just click to place it. It doesn't really matter where it is. And then I'm going to insert my rivets. Again, click to place it. And I am done placing my 3 parts. So now we need to tell SolidWorks how they are connected to each other. And we do that with the Mate tool up here. So if I click on that, there's a lot of different options that get into some pretty advanced types of mates. For now, we're going to stick with our standard mate. And the way you can think of this is I want this surface and this surface to touch each other. So if I select that one, select this one, it's now going to make it so that those are connected. Now I can go like that, and that looks like it's not connected. But if I were to rotate, you can see I can't make it go side to side. So those faces are connected. But I'm going to need more mates to make this work out. Usually for rectangular prisms and other simple shapes, you're going to need 3 mates. So I'm also going to go from this back surface to this back surface. And then my last one is bottom to the bottom of the groove. And there are my mates for my blade. Now, we need holes for our rivets, and I purposefully held off so that I can make them at the same time through both parts. So I'm going to go to Sketch and create a sketch just like I did in a part, and I'm going to click it on this outside. Now I'm going to go to Rectangle, and I am going to draw my rectangle. And it doesn't really matter how big it is, or just any rectangle now. Right click, go to Smart Dimension. And then we can make this 1/2 of an inch or 0.5. The width is 0.625. And then we need to place this rectangle. So right now it can move in any direction. So I'm going to make it 3/16 of an inch down, or 0.1875. Now notice I typed that in wrong. I just double clicked on the dimension and I can type it in again. And then over the same. Now I'm lazy. I don't want to type 0.1875 again. So I'm going to click on this dimension, and it's automatically going to select it and make it for me. All right, let's exit our sketch. Go to Assembly. And we can click this drop down Assembly Features and go to Hole Series. Now this is going to ask us, where do we want to place some holes? And I'm going to click on each of these 4 corners. Then I'm going to go to the next part of this dialog. So I'm going to say, what kind of hole do I want? Well, if it's not selected, I want a fractional drill size and size 1/8 inch, which is the same diameter as our dowels. And then I can go to the middle, and we can do some middle hole specifications if we want. And then we can go to the end and do some end specifications if we want as well. Now, we can select where the hole ends, or I can have it be a certain distance. But I'm going to just say through all, so that it cuts through everything in its path. And click OK. And there's my holes. Now I'm going to right click on this sketch here because we're done with it. I'm going to just click hide so that we can't see it anymore. And you'll notice there's these little dots here as well. That's within my hole. So I'm going to right click, hide those. And now I have just my parts with no sketches visible. All right, let's click on my rivet. And I'm going to click Control C to copy and Control V to paste. And I'm going to Control V 2 more times to have 4 rivets total. Then to place my rivets is pretty easy. I'm going to go to Mate, select the circle of my rivet, select the circle of one of the holes, and that's it. Do that again. And you'll notice this dialog pops up near my mouse asking what kind of mate do you want. We're fine with the default one, so I'm going to click Done. And there we have our rivets. Now the rivets can technically spin. They can spin like this, but that's fine for our purposes. We don't really care that they can spin like that. All right, so now we have our blade. Let's go ahead, or sorry, our assembly. So let's go ahead and save all. And you might get a dialog box. So I'm going to just click Rebuild and Save. And if this comes up, you can just click the first one. This gets into some more complex options that we're not going to deal with just yet. And we have our machinist square completely done. Now, thank you for watching this tutorial. If you would please like and subscribe to this channel and this video to help me make more of these tutorials.